What's the deal, YouTube? What's going on? This your boy, the Finisher 1223. I gotta talk about something that's gonna blow your mind, and maybe you don't wanna hear it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The series of genres coming over, like over to the PS4 and the Xbox One and what have you. Some of these series needs to die. Let's start with Resident Evil. Oh my God. Don't even get me started on that dog shit of a game. Don't get me started. Resident Evil 6 was terrible. That genre has went to crap. They milked it too much. It needs to die. It's not even survival horror anymore. It has no spookiness to where you play it. After Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5 was decent. Don't get me wrong, that was decent. But Operation Raccoon City and Resident Evil 6 was terrible. Like, I'm not mad. I'm just telling you what series and genres need to die. That was terrible. Oh my God. I thought about to have a freaking seizure when I played that game. Whew. That series needs to die. I'm sorry, Resident Evil. Capcom, I don't know what you did with it. It needs to die. Number 1. Dead Space. Oh my God. What a bunch of losers. Dead Space needs to die. I don't know what in the blue hell was going on with Dead Space 3. I don't even know. I mean, literally, that game was not even survival horror. It was more of this action and adventure type game. When EA Games developed that game, I don't even want to fool with that anymore. Dead Space needs to die because they changed the formula. If they make Dead Space 4, I'm literally going to laugh. I'm going to put on some laughing gas. Because that game, or if they make it, they need to give us what we want. We want survival horror. So Dead Space 4 needs to have survival horror, if that. If not, nada. Number 2. If they don't give us survival horror for Dead Space 4, there don't need to be no more Dead Spaces. Okay? Because that was a great series until it got to... I'm not kind of going in out of series and genre. I'm just naming random ones right now. I'm not going in a specific order. Assassin's Creed. I made a video earlier saying, and I was upset saying that in each Assassin's Creed game, it's the same detail, the same controller layout, button layout. There's really not nothing different about each Assassin's Creed game. That series needs to die. I liked Assassin's Creed 1, like 2, like Revelation, and after that, it just went to hell after that. Because number 3, they kept milking it, and Assassin's Creed Black Flag is just irrelevant. That dog crap, that needs to die. They have milked it too much, and Ubisoft knows that. That fucking game shouldn't even be made. Give me a minute, man. Hold on. And I'm not upset, guys. I'm just showing you that it needs to die. So, I have the game right here. This game, this game right here is terrible. Same detail. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, same detail. We've seen ships and boats and all this land. We've seen all of it already. When is it going to stop? Do we need to, say our names backwards to get Ubisoft to stop? And then you got this garbage Uplay that nobody wants to deal with, especially on PC. Uplay is garbage. You know what? That's why I say to that. Fuck Uplay. That's why I say to that. For that trash. You know what I'm saying? I'm not upset. I'm just showing you. I'm giving an example. That's number 3. Assassin's Creed needs to die. I'm sorry. No more Assassin's Creed games. I think they got one coming out next year. I'm not buying that. Devil May Cry. Another one. I don't know what in the blue crap was that. I mean, literally. Devil May Cry, that freaking reboot or whatever that was, talking about they started from the beginning, they should have never did that. That wasn't even remotely a challenge in the formula. It just seemed like a whole fucking gay outlook. I mean, a whole distressed game. It seemed like a bunch of guys that played with a bunch of electric sockets. It didn't seem the same demonized game, as the previous ones. So Devil May Cry series, if we have a Devil May Cry 5, or I don't know if I like the old Dante. I like the old Virgil. I just like them better, and I like because I was a huge Devil May Cry fan. Okay, guys, so that needs to go back. If not, need to go away. What's another game? Battlefield. Okay. You see my point, huh? You see how trashy this game was. I'm sorry, guys, but Battlefield may need to die because Battlefield 4 was terrible online. Good story, great story, but man, just terrible online. Lord have mercy. I like my eyes really burned. The server suck. The spawning is terrible. Even after the beta, it still seems like it's in beta format. It still does multiplayer wise. I can't even get it to work, and I got to bring this garbage back tomorrow. It's a poor excuse of a game, and this was a game I originated on when I started my first YouTube channel. Battlefield 3 was. I think I know what could replace this. Bad Company. The Bad Company series, if they do that right. But EA game and DICE is, whew, Lord. Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor Warfighter was terrible. The last one was terrible. That needs to die. They don't have the same format. They rushed through Medal of Honor Warfighter and the previous one before that. It was terrible. It just sucked. It needs to die. It needs to go. Medal of Honor needs to die. I'm sorry. It needs to die. They have another one. I used to take their time on it because that game was just whew. And they so claim to use the engine that they used for Battlefield 3, and that was a lie. We knew that was a lie. What else needs to die? I'm gonna have another series of part 2 of this. I'm thinking this game, you know, in general, that needs to die. Like, they don't need to even be in Call of Duty. Oh my God, let me get on Call of Duty. Call of Duty needs to go. Call of Duty sucks. I played after Modern Warfare 2, and I don't want to play any more of those. I didn't even buy Ghost. Call of Duty's trash. That needs to die. I'm sick. I hate Call of Duty. I'd rather play this garbage than to mess with Call of Duty. That needs to die. It needs to die. I'm sorry. It needs to literally die. If Halo doesn't get its act together, that needs to die. Halo needs to come back to how it used to be, even multiplayer wise. If that doesn't come together, it needs to die. So Call of Duty needs to die, period. And if Halo doesn't get its act together, that needs to die. Because I used to love Halo games. And they just seem like that's going downwards as well, okay? Let's get on something. Metal Gear Rising. That game was trash. And then Solid Ground was not that long. So I'm expecting a good game of Phantom Pain. That's one of my big go-to games for, you know, the PS3 and the PS2. I love Metal Gears. I do. I love it. So that one will be okay if they keep the same format. One last major game. Two last major games. Saints Row. Saints Row needs to die. I hate Saints Row because Saints Row just changed. After the third one, it was just so weird and oh my God, that was like some Looney Tunes shit. Like, I don't know what that was. That needs to go. I'm serious demanding, right? These games used to just go away. Go away. Man, that was terrible. Saints Row, got to go. Killzone. Killzone 4 has disgraced the PS4. I mean, disgraced it because the online is terrible. I mean, literally dog crap. Good single player, like it's always been for the previous ones, but terrible multiplayer. So, I mean, Killzone 4 didn't seem to satisfy me. It was too easy and it was boring. It was just plain up boring. Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell needs to die. I would rather any Hitman game, including Absolution. That is a better stealth-based game because Splinter Cell is seen like this running gun Call of Duty type. That's where they messed up. That's where Ubisoft messed up at. That's another game it messed up. I mean, that game, I came off a lot of these games. I came off the PS2 playing a lot of these games and the PS1. So I know my games. Splinter Cell series needs to die because the format's not going back to how it used to be. It needs to die. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I would rather any Hitman game. The Hitman series is so much better. It's the time is being taken and it's a challenge. It really is. And a lot of stealth games in general don't require you to think anymore because they're easy, and that's why games are becoming more multiplayer based than anything. So I'm gonna let you know, Grand Theft Auto. Oh, if Grand Theft Auto don't get its act together, I ain't touching no more of those. Now I don't know if there's the PS4 version coming this year. I gotta go in detail for that. But when they do come out soon, because I'm gonna contact the GameStop people. I think what needs to happen with Grand Theft Auto is there needs to be some serious changes to that, especially coming over to PS4 because I can name some things right now that was terrible, such as the police car chases and the replay value and what have you, which I'm going to get another video when I get some time to show you what I mean. But Grand Theft Auto got to get its act together as well because if not, I ain't touching that no more neither. That needs to die too. So I'll have more discussion on that on another video. So that's it. Leave a comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.